Hello everyone, I am Dr. O, your nursing fairy godmother. My job is to help you to become a better nurse. In this video today, we are going to talk about 3 key elements that we look for when we are hiring or recruiting nurses. In my profession as a nurse, I have hired so many nurses. I hire nurses as assistant director of nursing. I hired as DON. I hired as regional nurse consultant, vice president of clinical services, and as a chief clinical officer. I have coached, educated, and trained my staff on how to pick the right nurses. So today, we're going to talk about those 3 elements. Number 1 is, are you on time to your interview? You know that director of nurses are very busy, and when they make that appointment with you at 1 o'clock, that means you need to be there 15 minutes ahead of time. If you're late, you need to call and let somebody know that you're running late. No call, no show. There is no way. It's a very red flag for the DON to be sitting, waiting for you. You don't show up and you don't pick up the phone and say, hey, I'm running late, I will be there in the next 15 minutes. That means to me, you don't really need this job. As nurses, I'm expecting you to dress well, dress professionally. I'm not asking you to wear a suit, but I'm asking you to look decent when you come for interview. Those long coily nails are not acceptable, because if I see those nails, I'll be thinking, how is she gonna do treatment on the patient? How is she gonna wash the resident? How is she gonna give her injections? So please look decent when you come to interview for a nursing profession. Number 3 is your attitude, your character during the interview process. My own personal philosophy is hire character and you train skills, because skill you can always train. So when you are being interviewed, you need to be smiling, show sign of compassion. You know, when I'm interviewing you and your face is straight, and when I ask you questions, you are just like answering the questions. No, that doesn't fly, because it makes me wonder what happened when you are taking care of the resident. What kind of conversation are you going to be having with the resident? I'm going to give you a quick example. I have one of my new DONs who have not done interview, by herself before. I happen to be in her building. She said, hey, Dr. O, I have a nurse coming in at 1. Can you just help me? I said, sure, of course. So while I was waiting, doing other things, I had somebody interacting with the resident in the hallway, saying, hey, who are you? How are you? And meanwhile, this nurse was also filling out application, and she was able to look up and say hello to a resident who was just wheeling herself pass by. So during this interview process, the DON said, Dr. O, can you just do it for me? Let me just learn. I'm like, sure, I got this. So when I asked the nurse the first question, the second question, I was like, you know what, girl, go ahead, hire her. So the DON was very surprised as to, I didn't ask her too many questions. So after the interview, she started asking me, what happened? You just asked her 2 questions. I said, yeah, I could tell, not only based on my years of experience, but when I was watching her interact with the resident sitting at the hallway, I know that she will be a good nurse. And the way she looked when she came in, her whole demeanor, she was smiling and laughing and cracking jokes with the receptionist. Yeah, customer service, of course, we know is number 1 thing now in healthcare. So please, nurses, when you go to that interview, try to remember these 3, but not the only important elements, but 3 important elements for hiring nurses. I wish you the best. Thank you, and I will see you next time.